Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Hollanda'nın en gözde araştırma üniversitelerinden Radboud University'de eğitim ve Hollanda'da yaşam hakkında Anne, Berk Bey ve Öykü Hanım'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Anne, the stage is yours now.
Thank you so much. So, hi everyone, and welcome to this presentation about Radboud University. My name is Anne Opmeer, and I work as an International Marketing and Communications Officer at Radboud University. And today, me and Öykü will tell you everything about studying in Nijmegen, some practical information, and of course, all the study programs we offer at Radboud University. Öykü, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Hello, my name is Öykü. I am from Turkey, and I study psychology in Radboud on bachelor level, and I'm a third-year student.
Thanks. So today we're not alone. We are here with Berk, and he will also tell something to you about his organization and how he can help you with your application.
Thank you very much, Anne. Herkese merhabalar. ICES Turkey yurtdışı eğitim firması olarak temsil ettiğimiz önemli üniversitelerden biriyle beraberiz. Radboud Üniversitesi'nin Türkiye resmi acentesi olarak çalışıyoruz. Bu üniversiteye yapacağınız lisans ve yüksek lisans başvurularında ücretsiz olarak, yani bunu da özellikle bu arada açmak istiyorum, ücretsiz olarak destek alabileceğiniz bir danışmanlık firmasıyız. Hem başvuru süreçlerinin yönetimi, bölümlere olan uygunluğunuzun tespiti, burada kabulünüzü aldıktan sonra konaklamanızı bulmanız, vizenizi yapmanız gibi tüm süreçlerle uzman bir ekibimiz ile Türkiye'de, Hollanda'ya en çok öğrenci gönderen acente olarak ilgilenmekteyiz. Az sonra sorularınızı da Türkçe olarak cevaplıyor olacağım. Aynı zamanda iletişim bilgilerimi de chatbox üzerinden sizinle, burada da bu arada sunumda da görüyorsunuz. Ben chatbox üzerinden de bu arada paylaşacağım. Webinar esnasında ve webinar sonrasında benimle iletişime geçerek başvurularınızda ücretsiz olarak destek alabileceksiniz. Çok teşekkür ediyorum. Thank you very much, Anne. And you can please present.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to start at the beginning. Radboud University is located in the Netherlands, which is, as you can see on this picture, pretty famous for its windmills, its cheese, its tulips, and also for its water management, because we are quite below sea level. And then to be exact, this is where Radboud University is located on the map. We are located in Nijmegen, which is at the southeast border of the Netherlands. It's quite close to the German border. To be more specific, so close that you can grab a bike and bike over the border. It's also a really nice place for exploring other places in Europe. But why should you choose studying in the Netherlands? First, because we are renowned for our excellent education and research. All Dutch research universities belong to the top 200 of Times Higher Education, and we are just below the UK and the US. That said, the Netherlands is also a quite affordable place to study, especially in terms if you compare it with the quality you receive. It's therefore also no wonder that the Netherlands has raised many entrepreneurial pioneers, such as Heineken, Philips, and Unilever. The Netherlands is also a very multicultural society. It's very accepting and tolerant, and as I said, you'll have a good value for money if you choose this as a study destination. And here are some fun facts. In the Netherlands, we have more bikes than people. We belong to the most happy and healthy country in the world. And everyone here in the Netherlands has quite a great English proficiency. So you don't need to worry that you need to learn Dutch in order to be able to study here. Everyone is pretty happy to help you in English. So, yeah, also nice to know where exactly would you study. It's the city of Nijmegen, and I think it's nice to give you some information about that as well. On this picture, you see one of our Waal beaches. It's alongside the River Waal, and this one gives you a particular nice view of our old city center. Nijmegen is quite a nice city to study in, also because it's a real student town. We have around 170,000 inhabitants, of which 35% is actual student. So you can imagine that it's quite lively and that there's a lot of stuff organized for students as well. Öykü, maybe you can tell something about what it is living as a student in Nijmegen.
Evet, Nijmegen'de öğrenci hayatı benim en sevdiğim özelliklerinden bir tanesi. Çünkü büyük ağırlıkta öğrenci şehri olduğu için imkanlarınız çok fazla. Yani gidilecek bar, pub olsun ya da en belirgin olanı benim için öğrenciler için eventler çok sık düzenleniyor. Yani eğer cuma akşamı yapacak bir şey bulamıyorsanız, canınız atıyorum eğlenmek istiyor olabilir ya da daha entelektüel bir etkinliğe katılmak istiyor olabilir. İllaki bir şey oluyor mutlaka. Şu an tabii ki korona dolayısıyla bu eventlerin sayısı daha az ama online ellerinden geldiğince de düzenlemeye çalışıyorlar. Ulaşım her yere bisikletle çok kolay. Zaten toplu taşıma olarak otobüs var bir tek Nijmegen'de. Ama açıkçası şehrin çok uzak noktaları olmadığı sürece ki sadece öğrenci olarak yaşıyorsanız çok fazla uzağa gidip gelmenize gerek olmuyor. Maksimum 15-20 dakika bisikletle hemen hemen her yere ulaşabiliyorsunuz. Aynı zamanda Avrupa'yı gezmek için de çok iyi bir nokta. Almanya sınırına çok yakın. Trene atlayıp 4-5 saat sonra Paris'e de gidebiliyorsunuz. Belçika'da sınırda. O yüzden oldukça güzel keşfetmek için.
Thank you. So, as I already said, Nijmegen is also a nice place to travel around. In the city itself, it's really helpful if you have a bike. It's the main way of transportation, and it's just also the most convenient way to get everywhere inside the city. We of course also have a citywide bus network, but I think the preferred way of transport is biking. If you want to travel around in the Netherlands, we have really good train connections to all major and smaller cities. And since the Netherlands is such a quite small country, traveling is also not taking you so long. Amsterdam, for example, is only 1.5 hours away by train. From Nijmegen Central Station, we also have trains leaving abroad, for example, to Germany and France. If you want to travel around Europe, Flixbus is also an option. These buses also depart from Nijmegen Central Station. So why should you choose Radboud University as a study destination? Well, first of all, because we can offer a lot of modern facilities. All faculties have their own study centers with computers you can use, their own libraries, also with good IT facilities, and we have also some really great laboratories on campus, which you can see on this picture. On this picture, you see the high-field magnet laboratory, where a lot of material research is being done. Also good to know is that we have a sports center directly on campus, and of course some nice cafes and places where you can grab some food during your study time. We have a really green campus, as you can already see on this picture. Our campus is located on 1 square kilometer, so it means that we are a real campus university and you can basically walk everywhere. And in between the buildings, there's a lot of trees, grass. Also in summer, it's a really nice place to study or to even relax. And we're not only green because of the nature, but we're also having the ambition to become a 100% sustainable campus in the upcoming years. Besides this, we have an international community, not only because we have many international students studying in one of our English taught programs, but also because we have lots of staff coming to Nijmegen to teach from abroad. For students, there are also a lot of international students organizations on campus, such as the International Student Network. Besides this, we have a personal approach to teaching, which means that we highly value that quality, connection, and personal contacts are integrated within our teaching. Öykü, can you maybe tell something about that? What are your experiences?
Kesinlikle daha kişisel bir seviyesi de var. Çünkü benim derslerim en azından ve daha büyük öğrenci kapasitesi olan bölümlerde ve fakültelerde bir lecture'lar oluyor. Yani normal dersler, normal konferans odalarına gidip dinleyebildiğiniz. Burada çok fazla etkileşim olmuyor ama work group dediğimiz başka daha küçük çaplı sınıflar var. 15-20 kişilik. Burada diğer öğrencilerle de perspektifleri konuşabiliyorsunuz. Bir öğretmen ya da student assistant gibi biri de orada hemen sorularınızı cevaplamak için yardımcı oluyor. Profesörlere vesaire ulaşım da zor değil. E-mail'la her türlü sorunuzu cevaplayalar. Lecture hall'larda bile ders arasında yanına giderseniz şu ana kadar hiç uzun süre kalıp da soru cevaplamayanını görmedim açıkçası. Binada da zaten ofisleri vesaire var. O açıdan da ulaşmak kolay. Yani kişisel iletişim gerçekten iyi.
Yeah, and because we are a research university, research is also really integrated in our teaching, which means that all teachers are also researchers and you can really work alongside them on research topics. This also means that we have research facilities on campus, as I already said. You might already know something about the Max Planck Institute for Psycholinguistics. It's quite renowned. It's an independent institute, but it's still located on our campus because they tend to work with students a lot. And here they do research on language and language processing. We have the High-Field Magnet Laboratory, which you just saw a picture of. And this is where the world's strongest magnet is located. And as I said, they do a lot of research on materials here. And we also have the Donners Institute for Brain Cognition and Behavior, which might be interesting for those who want to do research in brain processing and behavior. Just to give you an overview, this is where Radboud University is in the main worldwide rankings. Besides this, we have been voted as a best traditional university in 2021 for the 9th time in a row. Something we're really proud of. But what is a best traditional university? Well, a traditional university is a university that offers all classical types of research. So we have programs related to social sciences, science, medicine, arts, business, and philosophy. And yeah, in the Netherlands, there are several universities that offer all those classical types of research. But yeah, we are the best of those universities. Then some facts and figures for you. I already said something about the international community at Radboud University, and here you see the numbers. So in terms of students, around 10% of our students is international, and around a third of our staff is international. Could be interesting for you. And besides this, we have 7 faculties. I already told you something about the classical research types, and we have faculties for all those types. We have over 100 nationalities on our campus. 67% of our students obtains their bachelor's within 4 years. 1 out of 5 students that start their study program at our university are international, and 49% finds a paid job within 1.5 years after they have graduated from their master's program. So if you are interested in a bachelor's program, these are the programs we currently offer. As you can see, we have 14 fully English taught programs. Most of them are free to enter. So as long as you meet the admission requirements, you will get accepted and also get a place offered in the program. But we have 3 numerous fixes programs. which are artificial intelligence, psychology, and biology. Öykü, you're studying psychology. Maybe you could tell something about what numerous fixes means, and maybe also something you like about your program the most.
Evet, ben psikoloji okuduğum için ben tabii üçüncü yılım, hatta son yılım. Ama ben bir sene daha uzatmayı planlıyorum. Numerous fixes demek seçilerek alınıyor bölüme öğrenciler. Yani bir seçim süreci gibi bir şey oluyor ama bu gözünüzü korkutmasın. Normal her bölüme başvurduğunuz gibi şartlara uygun belgeleri vesaire yüklüyorsunuz. Ondan sonra sizi bir selection programına kabul ediyorlar. Bu böyle bir mini test, mini sınav gibi bir şey oluyor. Birkaç tane article veriyorlar size, okumanızı istiyorlar. Ve buna yönelik soruları online bir şekilde cevaplamanızı istiyorlar. Kendi zamanınızda belli bir deadline var. Zaten psikolojiye çok fazla öğrenci kabul ediliyor. Sırf 220 ve üzeri international. O şekilde kabul alabiliyorsunuz. Bir de deadline, numerous fixes programlarının özelliği deadline'ları, başvuru deadline'ları bir tık daha erken. Diğerlerininki daha Mart, Nisan gibiyken bu Ocak'ta oluyordu yanlış hatırlamıyorsam. Benim kendi bölümümle ilgili sevdiğim şey ilk senede mesela pek çok alana yönelik ana dersler almıştık. Bu benim çok fazla perspektif kazanmamı sağladı. Aynı zamanda ben hep research-based bir üniversitede okumak istiyordum. Ve kesinlikle research konusunda çok şey öğrendim. Akademik çalışma, makale nasıl yazılır, nasıl tarama yapılır, kaynak taraması. Bu yönde çok şey öğrendim. İlgi alanlarım da değişti aldığım derslerin çeşitliliği sayesinde. Pek çok proje vesaire de yaptık. Research project dersleri oluyor. Dolayısıyla kendi araştırmalarınızı da yönetiyorsunuz. Yani uygulamalı bir tarafı da var. Bütün bunları deneyimleyebilmek benim için en güzel taraflarından biri olmuştu psikolojinin.
Thank you, Öykü. So probably pretty important for you is the admission requirements. So I've mentioned the Turkish entry requirements on the slide, but please note that all international applications will be individually assessed by our admissions officers as well. Besides that, because all of our programs are fully English taught, you also need to prove that you have a good English proficiency. And you can do that via either an IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge test. And you can find the details on those tests and the scores you need to get on our website. Also, for some programs, some extra admission requirements might apply. You can imagine, for example, for the programs in the fields of science and business that you will need to have a certain level in mathematics. Then if you want to study a master's program, we also have a lot of programs. We have 35 English programs in the fields that are mentioned on the slide. So yeah, there's really a lot to choose from. And in the Netherlands, we have this system where one master's program can also have several specializations. So just to name an example, if you are interested in the field of humanities and you want to do a master's in linguistics, we have 2 specializations within the linguistics program. So that's basically a little bit how it works. And I would just recommend you to check our website if you want to study a master's and find out what programs and specializations we all offer. In some cases, you might not be directly admissible into a master's program. And therefore, in the Netherlands, we have pre-master's programs. And this pre-master's program is basically designed to bridge the gap between your pre-education and the master's program. And it is when your pre-education is not sufficient to directly enter the master's program. And it will just prepare you to successfully complete your master's program in the end. And then our teaching style. I think Öykü has already said a little bit about it. But we have bigger hearing lectures and smaller seminars, and the smaller seminars are really being interactive and are focused on improving your soft skills. So you'll have discussions with your group mates, you'll give presentations, you'll have discussions with your teacher, you will work in groups there, and it really focuses on your development as a student. Also, quite important to know is that every program has its own study advisor, and this is the person you can go to if you feel like something is not right, if you experience any troubles with your studies, or if you just want to discuss what your next steps should be. Then application, I think Bear can really help you with this as well, but you can find some more information on our website. You basically apply via StudyLink, which is the Dutch national application system, and then the university gives you access to Osiris, where you can upload your documents. Then also quite important are our deadlines. I think Euke already told you that the numerous fixes programs have an earlier deadline. It's the 15th of January each year. I'm just going to repeat the numerous fixes programs. It's artificial intelligence, biology, and psychology. Non-EU and non-EEA students should apply before the 1st of April. I want to talk to you about finances, but I'm going to check first how many questions we already have, because maybe it's good to do like a quick question and answer round right now. Berk, how is it looking?
Yeah, there are some questions. I think some of them might be good for you to answer. Okay. So there was one question about the internship opportunities that the university provides. I think usually for master's degree students, Radboud University has a really good career service. So maybe we can just talk about it for a while.
Yeah, so for every student, well, each faculty has its own career service, and it's free and open to all students. So also already for students in the bachelor's. And the career service can, for example, help with checking your curriculum, helping you prepare for a job interview. But they also have a database with a lot of internships for your faculty, so for your fields of interest. However, the curriculum of Radboud University is not always designed to do an internship. This would really depend on the program. I don't know, Euke do you do any internships during the bachelor's in psychology?
No, it is not mandatory. That is usually mandatory in more application universities.
Yeah, the universities of applied sciences.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's more common to do an internship there, but of course, if you want, you could always build it in your program, but in some cases your bachelor's degree might take a little bit longer. I do know that for some master's programs, a small internship is included in the curriculum. It also prepares you, as Berk already said, for your future. But this really depends on the program. So what I would recommend the student to do is to check the curriculum of the program he or she wants to study on our website and see whether an internship is included there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think we have a very important question which should be answered by both of us, which is, I think, from Ms. Çiğdem Riyad. She's asking about the requirements in terms of diploma for mainly, I guess, undergraduate programs. By the way, the undergraduate programs mostly there are a lot of programs in English, so there are also another question about that, so I can just simply answer that too. So she's asking if Radboud University requires IB diploma for all programs, or do they accept the Turkish high school diploma, Turkish lise diploması? I think, which is a very important question in general in the Netherlands. So would you like to answer this?
Yeah, sure. I will just go back because I had a slide about that. We do accept the Turkish diploma, so no worries about that. Our programs require you to have a GPA of at least 80%, and for the science programs, this is 85%. And if you do not have that, you should have the 2 entry examinations. So yeah, don't worry that we won't accept the Turkish diploma.
Especially for programs that requires mathematical skills, you will have the chance, mostly by, of course, the admissions will decide, but you will usually have the chance, if you don't have the required grade in your maths, you can take the OMPT exam, which is online, and there is a submission deadline which is quite far away, so you can easily do that. I believe I had a lot of experience with students who couldn't match up with the grade requirements and passed those OMPT tests. So if you have a good background, you will do that.
Yeah, absolutely true. Or the SAT, for example, there are many tests, extra tests you can take in order to make the requirements for mathematics or chemistry or physics.
Okay. Would you like to answer more, or would you like to leave it to the end? There are more questions.
Maybe we can do 2 more, and then I will just continue.
Okay. Okay. You're the moderator. Tell me. Okay. So here is another question. I think it's also important. It's a fresh question as well. We will keep answering the other ones with Öykü, but also this is an important one. So Elif Demirhan is asking about the master program fees and especially the work permit after graduation. So when you graduate from Radboud University, how long will you be able to seek for some job opportunities or for some internships to convince some companies to be more permanent in the job sector, in the sector in the Netherlands?
That's a really good question. It's 1 year. So the Dutch government has created a 1-year orientation year for students who graduate from either a bachelor's or a master's program, to find out what they want to do. And this is also, I believe, in this 1 year, this is a year where your employer doesn't need to apply for a work permit for you. So I hope this answers your question.
Yes, definitely. Okay. So should we answer maybe? Okay, this question. Exam in Turkey for bachelor program application. Okay, this is also important. Maybe we can answer this question together as well, because this is also a domestic system question in a saying. Bulut is asking, do Turkish students have to prove a document that shows they passed the university entrance exam in Turkey for bachelor program application, or can we apply directly with high school graduation documents? So apparently there is a document called, the exam called ÖSYM in Turkey, the entrance exam. Would you like to answer it, or should I go ahead and answer?
I think I'm not sure. Maybe you can add if I misunderstood or say something wrong. But I think if you need to. If you have the right GPA, there's no need for you to give us your entry examinations, I believe. It's only meant for if you don't meet the asked GPA of 80 or 85%.
Definitely. Let me clarify. Most of the universities in the Netherlands wants you to provide the ÖSYM result, but this is not an admission requirement. This is just something like an eligibility statement for you. You have to prove the universities that you are able to study in Turkey or proceed higher education in Turkey as well. So you don't have to score really great scores in ÖSYM if you have 80% grades in your high school, and also this depends from faculty to faculty or program to program. Some of the programs do not even want you to submit an ÖSYM result. Some of the programs want you to submit the ÖSYM result until 31st of August, but this is not an admission requirement, as I said. Nobody will tell you you have to score this much in ÖSYM in order to be admitted to Radboud University. This is just some sort of an eligibility statement. So in Turkish, barajı geçtiğiniz sürece aslında bir belge sağladığınız sürece bu iş bitmiştir. Aslında bir başvuru gerekliliği değildir yani.
Ben de aynı şekilde başvurdum. Sadece ilk TYT'ye girdim. 2 bölüme de girdim ne olur ne olmaz ama sadece TYT'nin barajına geçtiğime dair belgeyi gösterdim. Radboud'da yeterliydi benim için.
Evet, yani aslında TYT diyorlar, ÖSYM de demiyorlar.
Evet.
Düzeltmek gerekirse doğru söylüyorsun. Okay, I think let's proceed with the presentation because if we keep answering the questions, the presentation will not continue. So let's do that, and at the end we can answer some of them.
Yeah, we will make sure to leave space at the end for more questions. Okay, so I'm going to continue with finances. First of all, the tuition fee for bachelors. For non-EU or EEA students, this is in between 11,500 euros a year and 14,500 euros a year. It depends a little bit on the programs. If you want to see what the exact tuition fee for your program is, you can check our website. And that's the same for our master's programs. Only here it's in between 16,000 and 16,500 euros a year. I can imagine that this sounds as quite a lot, but if you compare it to other countries like the US and UK, the Netherlands is still quite an affordable place to study. For our master's programs, we also offer some scholarships. First of all, we have the Radboud Scholarship Program. This is for all programs offered at Radboud University, and it's just for, we have a part-time scholarship, which means that it works as a tuition fee waiver. It waives then the tuition fee to the EU level of 2,168 euros a year. But we also have some full scholarships, and they cover like all the costs, like your tuition fee, but also your costs of living. Then we have the Holland Scholarship Program, which is a program that is partly also specific for Turkish students. And this is, I think, an amount of 5,000 euros you get if you apply for it and get accepted into the Holland Scholarship Program. And then some programs might offer some specific scholarships themselves. So I would recommend you to check the website mentioned on this slide to see which options there are for you. And this just should give you an overview of the yearly expenses you can expect when you live in Nijmegen. Nijmegen is luckily not so expensive as, for example, Amsterdam or Utrecht. And we always say that you should take into account spending around 900 euros a month. So this really includes your accommodation, so your student house, insurances, buying clothes, doing nice things, doing groceries. So basically all the other things besides your tuition fee. But of course, this also depends a little bit on how you decide to spend your money. It's different for every person, but hopefully this just gives you an indication. Yeah, and we imagine that moving to a different country, starting a study program is quite challenging, and therefore we will help you, and we offer several support services. Before arriving at the university, we offer a visa and housing service. We'll help you with getting your visa, and also we will try to find you accommodation for the first year of your studies. Öykü, did you also use the housing service from Radboud University?
Yes, I did, but I was just a bit late. Normally there is a SSHN, anlaşmalı şirketi, Radboud'un öğrenci evlerinin olduğu kompartmanlar var. Onun için bir kod veriyor size. oda arayabilmeniz için. Siz kendinize uygun bir yeri seçiyorsunuz. Öğrenci evlerinde odalar genelde hep herkesin tek kişilik, tuvalet, mutfak ortak oluyor. Böyle 300 ya 290-340 gibi bir aralıkta oluyor genelde. Ben SSHN'le almadım ama ben ilk gittiğimde birkaç gün içinde bana başka bir öğrenci evi şirketinden bir yer buldular, başka yeni yapılmış bir öğrenci evinde. Hatta bir kilisenin içindeydi. Ben 7-8 ay orada yaşadım. Vize vesaire işleriyle de Radboud gerçekten yardımcı oluyor. Size gerekli linkleri yolluyor. Belgelerinizi oraya upload ediyorsunuz vesaire. Berk Bey de bu konuda size daha çok bilgi verebilir. Şu anda da bir evde yaşıyorum. Onu kendim buldum ama ilk sene için kesinlikle Radboud size bir sürü kalma olanağı sunuyor. Her üniversite de yapmıyor bunu. Daha çok Radboud'da, Hollanda'ya özel bir durum.
Yeah. Yeah, we will help you for the first year of your studies, and most rooms that SSHN offers are fully furnished. So yeah, you don't need to bring any furniture or something like that. We also every year have a Schiphol welcome service. We are then just present at Schiphol Airport with a team of staff to welcome our first-year students and just to help them to get onto the right train to Nijmegen. This is usually done in the weekend before the orientation week. During your study, there are also plenty of people that are willing to help you. I already explained something about the student advisors, but first-year bachelor students will also have their lecturer mentor, which they will see every week in the class of academic skills. And this person will just help you to build up your academic skills, to make sure that you will be able to read the articles. And also, if this person sees that you're not doing well, they will try to help you. On campus, we also have a student dean for those who have more serious issues. And of course, trainers, if you want to do training, for example, on time management or academic writing, this is all possible on campus as well. And then also quite important, student life. And on this picture, you see our annual music event called Radboud Rocks. This is an event that is organized by the university every year and is free for all of our students. And it's a really nice music festival. I always receive quite a lot of questions about working as a student. Well, the university doesn't necessarily recommend you to do that in your first year of the studies because you have to get used to a lot of new things. But of course, there are students who do it and who are perfectly capable of doing so. The university offers jobs to international students sometimes. So for those jobs, you don't really need to speak any Dutch. I think EQ has a job like that. You're being a student ambassador. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Evet, birinin sorusunu da cevaplamıştım bu konuda, öğrenci okurken aynı zamanda çalışmakla ilgili. Ben Student Ambassador olarak çalışıyorum. Yani yaptığım şey Radboud'u bu tarz webinarlarda, tanıtımlarda temsil etmek. Aynı zamanda bazı webinarlarda bilgilerini veren öğrencilere e-mail'la veya telefonla ulaşıyoruz. Öğrenci hayatıyla ilgili sorularını vesaire cevaplıyoruz. Bu benim işim. Başka kampüste olan başka işler de var. Yapabileceğiniz öğrenci işleri. Genelde restoranda, kafede vesaire çalışmak isterseniz onun için yani Dutch bilmenizi istiyorlar çünkü hani oralı insanlara servis yapacağınız için. Ama üniversitenin kendi sunduğu iş imkanları var. Bir tanesi de bu dediğim gibi student ambassador'lık benim yaptığım.
Yeah. If you want to be a student ambassador as well, usually the university is looking for student ambassadors over the summer, so just before the start of the new academic year. There are also a lot of international students that are working in a city center, for example, in restaurants or in stores. But for those jobs, I would say that knowing a little bit of Dutch is quite useful. And you need to make sure that you have a work permit, and non-EU students can only work for a maximum of 16 hours per week. On campus, we have campus detachering. This is our secondment agency who arranges student jobs as well. So you can always have a look on their website to see if there are any vacancies available. Then on our campus, we have Radboud Sports Center, which is voted #1 university sports center in the world by our students. We're really proud of that. And this sports center offers over 80 sports, so you can really do anything you would like to do. We offer rugby, we offer pole dancing, Zumba, body workout, it's all possible. And there are also many sports associations at this sports center which you can join. For example, for soccer, hockey, or anything like that. And for students, it's really affordable. It's just over 100 euros per year, and then you can basically sport unlimited. Then in the third week of August, we host an orientation week for getting to know the campus and the city. And of course, it's a really nice way of making new friends. It's just a week full of fun activities. That is organized by the study associations and Radboud International Students Organization. And then, of course, we have, during the academic year, there are many social activities to do during your studies. So there's a buddy program where you can become, you can get in contact with Dutch students. The International Student Network organizes many nice activities and events, such as a movie night or even trips abroad. And in Nijmegen itself also are many cultural events during the year. Of course, now it's a little bit different because of the coronavirus, but hopefully next year, from next academic year onwards, the situation will be a little bit better than it is now. Also good to know is that we offer free courses in social Dutch. As I already told you, there's no real need to learn Dutch during your studies already, but it will help you a little bit with your integration and with making friends with Dutch people as well. And it will, of course, also increase your chances on the job market. And during the social Dutch courses, you will just really learn the small day-to-day conversations. And it's a course, it's a 10, you will do 10 courses within the program, and if you attend 8 of them, you will get the money. You will get your money back. So I have told a lot of things today. And just in a nutshell, 5 reasons to study at Radboud University is because we are the best traditional university in the Netherlands. With a wide range of study options, as I already mentioned, 14 English-taught bachelor's programs and 35 English-taught master's programs. Your diploma will be worldwide recognized, so you basically can work wherever you want in the world. There is a true personal approach to teaching, and we offer some excellent services and facilities. Well, we are still here to answer some of your questions. But maybe some questions pop up later, and then you can contact us via our email or via one of our social media accounts. And for now, I want to thank you very much for your attention. We will just get on with your questions now. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Anne. Öykü, maybe you should talk about the living expenses, general living expenses, not only with the accommodation, but also with other expenditures. Would you like to tell about those?
Yes, I saw the question there also. Yıllık yaşam giderleri konusunda Anne'in de dediği gibi gerçekten Amsterdam vesaire biraz daha uçuk. Bu açıdan IMF daha uygun. Odanızın kirası ile birlikte muhtemelen aylık 800'e yakın ama tam 800 değil gibi bir gider ortaya çıkıyor. Ben şu an bir evde yaşadığım için kiram daha yüksek. Dolayısıyla yani tam 800 oluyor ya da azıcık geçiyor. Ama genelde 800'e ulaşmaz. Yani ilk ben 7-8 ayda yurtta yaşarken market alışverişi olsun vesaire çok fazla tutmuyordu. Sadece dışarıdan çok sık yemek söylerseniz en fazla harcama oraya gidiyor açıkçası benim deneyimimde. Özellikle de korona zamanında. Böyle yani kiraları da zaten söylemiştim.
Okay, there were some questions about the deadlines and IELTS requirement, the English requirement. So as far as I know, they can submit their applications until the deadline. There is not usually a flexibility on that. I assure you, because last year was the first year of the pandemic, and I expected, especially some of the universities, to extend those deadlines, but they did not do that. And this year I don't expect it to happen once again. So one thing you can do usually, please confirm N, you can submit your IELTS at a later stage. So you can apply, you can get your conditional acceptance, and then submit your IELTS on a later stage. And what are the deadlines about it? And can you inform our audience, please?
Yeah, so Turkish students need to apply for the program before the 1st of April, except of course for the numerous fixes programs, which is the 15th of January. So those programs, the deadline for those programs has unfortunately already been passed for acceptance into the academic year of September 2021. And I believe that the IELTS certificate should be handed in before the enrollment deadline of the 1st of June. Yeah. And I also saw some questions about double passport. So if you have a EU or EEA passport, I saw someone who had a Bulgarian passport, you have also a later deadline. So then you can still apply until the 1st of May. And that might be good to know as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So there's nothing else in my attention. We have answered almost all of the questions with Öykü. So also, Çiğdem is an important question. Once again, I can bring it to the floor. We can have a live answer on that. So Çiğdem Riyad is asking about the last deadline, the deadline to submit the I think final grades, final transcripts of the high school students, I assume. In my experience, it's usually in June, but we usually tell the university, as their representatives, it's not possible in Turkey because the diplomas are given, or the last transcripts are given in July, but the university is very flexible with that. So when you email them that your diploma and your last transcript will not be ready until the end of, for example, July, they are very flexible and they give you some more time to submit them. Çiğdem Hanım, bu son notlarınızı genellikle en son Ağustos'a kadar uzatabiliyoruz gönderilmesini. Bunun için basit bir aslında yazışma yapıp karşı taraftan bir onay almamız lazım. Onun dışında bir problem yok. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Öykü, anything else do you see important that we should answer? Yeah? Okay.
I think I have answered.
Yeah.
There are no unanswered ones.
As far as I see, there is no as well. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, great. You've answered a lot of questions.
Yes. Thanks, Öykü.
No problem. I hope there's not anything missing. If you have any other questions, or if you feel like I didn't give you enough answers, please do ask them, because there are more people with more knowledge here than me.
Yeah, I will also just in a chat put my email address. So if something pops up later, please feel free to send me an email and ask.
You can also directly email the admissions office, or there's like a tiny chat box on the website, I think, when you go to the bachelor section. So that is also possible.
Yeah, I will send the email address in the chat as well.
Okay, last thing about the evaluations, because there were some questions about them as well. I'm going to tell this in Turkish. Özellikle master başvurusu yapacak öğrenciler, for masters usually, bir transkript değerlendirmesi yapmamız gerekiyor. Yani örnek veriyorum, bazen öğrenciler bana şeyi soruyorlar, işte ben şu bölümden mezun oldum, bu bölümde master yapabilir miyim? Bunun aslında çok basit cevapları var. Yapmanız gereken tek şey transkriptinizdeki ders sayısını, kredi sayısının bu programın gerekliliklerine uygun olup olmadığına bakmamız. Ve bunun dışında bazı programlarda ortalama gerekliliği birazcık söz konusuyken bazı programlarda böyle bir şey söz konusu değil. O yüzden de hem program önerileri hem de başvurunuzun değerlendirilmesi konusunda yine tekrar bana da mail atabilirsiniz. En üzerinden International Office, en üzerinden direkt bölümlerle de direkt iletişim kurabilirsiniz. Beni de CC'ye koyabilirsiniz. Dediğimiz gibi zaten yani son olarak ISS Turkey olarak biz bütün bu sürecin, başvuruların ve ileriki takibin ücretsiz olarak desteğini sağlamaktayız okuldan yetkili olarak. Peki, başka, is there anything else you want to say? Okay, perfect. I think we're done with the presentation, I suppose. Thank you very much for everyone for participating.
Yeah, thank you too. And thank you everyone for asking so many questions. And I just want to stress again that if you have any questions later, yeah, you can always contact us. So please feel free to do so.
Yes, thank you very much for your presentation, and Berk and Öykü. You put a real effort answering all of the questions. We believe it was a really informative webinar for the attendees. And also I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Radboud University ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için En ve Berk Bey'in paylaştığı mail adresinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you again, guys. It was a pleasure to have you all in IEFT Talks.
Thank you as well. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.